This maple cookie is sure to become a staple cookie in your fall baking. Hello, my dears. Welcome to another episode of Bake Me a Buttercup with your host, the one, the only, Buttercup the Baking Spaniel. Today, we will be celebrating the arrival of fall with some amazing maple spice cookies. Goodness me, I can't wait to try them. Let's get started. Our first step is to make our very special ingredient, and that is brown butter. What is brown butter, you ask? Why, it's simply butter that has been heated slightly past its melting point, separating the milk solids and turning the butter a beautiful golden color. Brown butter has a rich and almost nutty flavor and aroma, and can be used to enhance the flavor of many baked goods. To begin, place 1 cup of butter, chopped into small pieces, into a saucepan. Place on a medium heat and allow the butter to melt completely. Once your butter has all melted, it will begin to look a bit foamy on top. Stir constantly during this time to keep your butter from burning. Continue cooking and stirring until your butter turns a golden color and you start to see dark brown specks settling on the bottom of the pan. Those specks are the milk solids separating out. That's what we want. You will also start to notice a lovely nutty aroma forming. Once you reach this step, pour your butter carefully into a heat-proof bowl to cool, making sure to include all of those brown specks as well. Let this cool to room temperature, then place in the refrigerator for 1 to 2 hours so that it can re-solidify. Now that we have made our brown butter, we can get on with making our cookies. First, we will need our butter to be slightly softened, so be sure to set your butter out and allow it to reach room temperature before working with it. Place your butter into a large mixing bowl, making sure to get all those lovely brown bits in there too. Add in 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and 1/3 cup of packed light brown sugar. Next, we will cream these together using an electric mixer. Let's talk for a moment about what creaming actually means. Creaming is the process of mixing butter with sugar until the mixture becomes very fluffy and pale in color. Creaming helps aerate your dough, evenly disperses your sugar, and creates volume, leading to a lighter texture and finer crumb in your baked goods. It's a very important step, so don't skip it. Once our butter and sugars have been creamed, we will add in 1/3 cup of maple syrup. Yum, yum. Mix this together well. Next, we will add in 1 egg and 1½ teaspoons of maple extract. Maple extract is a wonderful way to add in some extra maple flavor without thinning out your dough with too much liquid. Mix until well combined. In a separate bowl, we will work on our dry ingredients. Start with 2½ cups of sifted flour. Add in 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Give these a good whisk to combine. Now we will add our flour mixture slowly to our wet ingredients, mixing until just combined. Once everything has come together, I recommend chilling your dough for at least 2 hours. It will make it much easier to work with and help your cookies spread less in the oven. Once your dough has chilled, we can prepare our cookies for the oven. Drop heaping tablespoon-sized scoops of dough onto your cookie sheet. Leaving about 2 inches in between each cookie. And here's a little tip if you like to have your cookies be nice and uniform. When you scoop them out, you can roll them between your hands to make them formed into more circular balls. Much prettier. Bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 to 10 minutes, or until lightly browned on the edges. Cool on a cookie sheet for 3 to 5 minutes, then transfer to a wire rack to finish cooling. Take a look at these wonderful cookies. They are soft and chewy and just packed with maple and cinnamon flavors. Not to mention the bold, nutty flavor that the brown butter adds. I imagine that these cookies would be quite lovely with some chopped pecans or walnuts added. Let me know if you give that variation a try. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these lovely cookies to welcome in the fall season. If you make these cookies yourself, be sure to tag me on social media using the hashtag BakeMeUpButtercup. I also want to give a special shout out to all my wonderful Patreon supporters who help me continue bringing you fun baking content. Much love to all of you. Until next time,